Hello everybody, welcome back. Okay, so it is Sunday, November 1st, and wanted to do a video from last week's educational penny stock room as well as my main room. And I'm going to go through the penny stock trades right now. And as you can see here, what I do is I keep the whole week. So these were the stocks that I was watching on Monday. And we'll go through Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday. Then we'll go through some of the main group trades. So without further ado, let's jump into YRV. And we will go to Monday, which was October 26th. And we'll go there. Okay, so usually I do make notes like this on a regular basis. For some reason, some of my notes got deleted this week. If I don't save it instantly, sometimes they do. But anyways, you can see here's the pre-market. So pre-market order flow on YVR was very bullish. The news was that they had completed a job. I think it was some income coming in, and if we head over to Benzinga Pro, which, by the way, guys, I have become an affiliate for this company, and I highly recommend it. This has just been absolute gold. I cannot tell you how it's made my life so much easier. Okay, so if we look at why Liquid Media Group, and we go back to the news, it was on Monday. It announced the commercialization process for retro video games. And so that was really there's two ways that I trade news. One way that I trade it and teach it is this news going to be something that is going to be going forward, or is it something that is going backwards? And in this case, it's something that was over. So the news is really important. You've got to pay attention to the news. The float was 3.75 million. The pre-market order flow volume at that time was 2 million. They had about 2 million in cash, and they were losing money quarter over quarter. And you knew that they were going to need to do an offering. And I said this one reeks of an offering. The SEC filings showed me that there was a lot of foreign ownership changes. And the short interest was 0.1%. So as you can see here, I had a short bias on YVR. Now, just because I have a short bias doesn't necessarily mean that you just short it straight out of the gate. You have to let the market tell you what's going to happen. So with this pre-market order flow showing me that it was I was looking for longs. Shorting it right out of the gate was not a good idea. So what I did was a very small size. And my attitude was, well, if I short it straight out of the gate with a very small size, I'll cover at 240. And yeah, that was my plan. And then I thought I'd re-enter with larger size. So it was even though it was a really good trade, and you can see here that the trade ended up dropping all day, it was not a trade where you could get a lot of size off on this one. So it was a winner, but because you're looking at a very wide stop on this, it's really not that great of a trade. Now, what I did do is once the order flow started to show me that the market was dropping, I did add to the trade. And I added to the trade, and here I believe I took a little bit of heat. It backed up on me, but I was able to get out of that trade. So overall, on Monday. YVR was a very good trade. Let's go to the next one. Go to the same day Monday. Okay, so here's my notes for LLIT. The pre-market order flow was neutral and mixed. The news was a merger, and that was bullish for the stock. Again, I go over to Benzinga, and we'll check that one out, LLIT. And the news on Monday was a merger news. They were, announced it would merge with Newegg. So whenever you have a merger or a takeover, it's fairly bullish for the stock, depending on the terms and conditions of the news. Now, they didn't announce any terms and conditions of it, but the other reason why I was really kind of more bullish on this was because the short interest was 7%, and that's high, right? But I'd drawn off some bigger levels up here. Financials, they had about 6.4 million in cash, and the company loses money every quarter. They'll probably have to do an offering, but it will probably be, as you can say here, I said it will probably happen if the merger does take place. So 7%. Bias was long to neutral, watching for forgive me, a squeeze to the short side. Now, by the time we rejected this high, you can see that it was a fairly big retracement from that high. I mean, you're talking about it's a 34% move down, right? I mean, that's pretty strong. So I wanted to be bullish on it, but when it sold off pre-market and then really did not give any signs that it was going to recover, it was really hard to find any trade on it. And I was even actually thinking about a short here, which I did think I took a short here for a retest of these lows because the market was just not having any of it, right? So that was bullish to neutral. BSGM was one that I really liked, and big gap down. Now, usually gap downs, I don't like to trade these type of things, but sometimes I do. And unfortunately, I didn't get the trade-off, but I did shout it out in the room that BGSM, and you can see here, this was time-stamped on Monday at 9:57. BGSM is the only one I'm thinking about this morning, unless LLIT and DSS have a rally. So, it was a great short at 360, right? But never quite got there. Just missed by a penny. So yeah, that was good. A couple others that looked good were DSS, and I'll try to pick this up. I'm trying to keep this down to minimal. Pre-market looked really good, and then when we opened up, remember what my anyways, here's my notes on DDS, and I'll go through them quickly. The pre-market order flow was bullish. The news was that it was better than expected earnings, but also there was a big convertible note holder that was diluting the shares at 650. It was a micro cap at 3 million. Pre-market volume was 3 million. Short interest was 6.5%, and that's very bullish, right? Insiders owned 30%, which is very bullish to me. They were losing 7 million in cash, but I would expect to see an offering on this. And also, the SEC had lots of transferring shares back and forth. So I don't know why I said neutral to short. I probably should have had neutral to long here, but for some reason Monday morning, I messed this up. notice what I said here. I want to short it. Looks like a classic pump and dump. What that means is probably this was the front side of the move, so really this stock would probably be better later in the week. But you see, I said I wanted to see and wait to see a big spike higher first. So let's go back and see how I screwed this trade up. So you can see here my first trade was here, right? And I don't know why I got short off of that level, but for some reason I did. It just looked like these two big daily levels were going to hold, and seeing rejection off of them, I thought, we're easily going to flush down. But the volume was relatively light up until this time. If we look at the volume up until this time, you can see that my total volume at that time, I can't really tell. Oh, it was 12 million. On a 3 million float, yeah, that's a big mistake. Man, I really screwed this up. That was a big mistake. So the float is 3 million, and it's already trading 12, which means it's really super crowded. In hindsight and looking at it now, this was a really, really dumb short, and I should have followed my game plan, which was I want to wait to see a big spike higher first. Monday mornings, usually, nightmare. Okay, so, yeah, when it spiked higher, I did get back in at 660, and I did follow my plan. So this one stopped me out for a full loss. I got back in at 660, and you can see my comments in the room. I got back in at 660. See? I said dumb, 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 dumb. I took a full loss on the first trade. I forgot about the large short position. So yeah, Monday. What can I say about Mondays? So I got back in at 60. Now this trade wasn't so bad. It did work out nicely, but it got really crowded again. And to be honest, I thought the move was over. I really thought we were heading down, and I added to my short here. A lot of other traders show you their good trades. I'm going to show you my worst trade. So this was my worst trade. So I added to my short here. I thought this level was just going to break it, retest, and drop down. At least that's what the order flow was telling me at that time. But then it just got really ugly, and you can see at this level it just rejected that level, and I think I did a really dumb move, and I added to that trade again. My average was 660 at that point in time, and yeah, now I had almost full size on this trade, and I wasn't happy. So when it squeezed me higher, I had to get stopped out for the full loss. And I even thought about re-entering. It ended up working out. Now, you can see, sometimes you take these type of trades, and in hindsight, sure, they reject. They come back, and by 6 o'clock or 5 o'clock, you can break even on the trade. But you never know, right? So this trade was a full loss for me. It was a very painful trade. I don't know why Mondays are always my worst. I can remember sweating every tick on this trade and really not trading very well. So there you have it. That was a terrible trade. Now, I did manage to make some money on it the following day, and I was able to get short on it the following day. After it had had that rejection, I got short at that level, so I did make a little bit of money back on it. Okay, I'm going to go really quickly here because it's already 15 minutes in, and we're only through Monday. So let's go to Tuesday. I'm going to try to speed this up. Tuesday we have SPI. At least you guys got to see me, learn from a bad trade. Tuesday SPI short, but wait for that fat open interest to get squeezed first, and that's exactly what I did. It got short, it came back, I shorted it again. That was a brilliant trade. ISIG on Tuesday. ISIG. Don't know where my notes were there, but this was also a winner on Tuesday. Right off of that. Oh no, I missed this one. I remember this trade very, very well. I wanted to be very aggressively short on this off of this level here, and I didn't get my fill. That was just such a beautiful trade. Sun W on same day. It just got too thin for me. Never traded at Mara. Same day. Yeah, I didn't like Mara either. DSS, you can see that one was a trade I had there. STAF, this was another really good trade that I just could not get into. And then by the time the afternoon came, you can see it just got too thin, right? So I missed the morning move, WWR, real quickly. WWR, I never found anything there. This was a beautiful trade. Could not get into it though. It was just a really, I think that this was a real micro float, right? And I was just too afraid to really short that. Those can squeeze like crazy. Wednesday, SCKT was my big trade on Wednesday. Just go there. And I did manage to make some really good money on Wednesday on SCKT. I don't have my notes here, and I don't want this videos to go half an hour. Did get short here, and I got short here. MGEN, same day. MGEN, I see if my memory serves me. I got short on this thrust here. I actually got short here, and then I added to the short here. And then I ended up getting stopped out on that one. That was a loser. Okay. I show you guys my winners and my losers, right? Okay, no. XPA thing, nothing there. AUVI, I think if I remember properly. Yeah, this was a really, really nice trade. I don't have my notes here, but this big giant rejection here, I just sold back into value here, and this one was a huge winner. I think this was my biggest winner on the week. It was just a sell based off of all this sell rejection here. This gigantic volume candle here. See that massive volume? See this positive delta here? When that candle can't go anywhere, right? It had this move and then it had this move. It's that much volume should have pushed that straight up to new highs, but it didn't. And then I got short here, and I actually added to the trade here, and that was my biggest winner on the day. And Thursday, UUI, UUU. Thursday, UUU. Another big winner for me on UUU. I took a big risk on this trade, I'm not going to lie. I was short in here. Every time it tried to go higher on big volume, it just kept slam down, slam down, slam down, slam down. And on this third, fourth slam down here, I took a short there, and I didn't have a lot of size, but that was a big winner. And as you can see in the room here, that UUU, if it makes a new high a day, it might be a good short and worth paying 50 cents. I remember the reason why I didn't do a lot of shares because Trade Zero was charging 50 cents. it's a $4 stock for Boros, right? So if I short at 4.55, I don't make any money until it gets under 4. Like, right? Like, I mean, just it was too expensive, and that's why I didn't do that much. I think I did get it a little bit cheaper a little bit later on. But I did make some money on UUUU. And finally, the other big trade was POLA on Friday and on Thursday. This one kept squeezing me. Now, fortunately, you'll see my notes in the room here. I actually got really good fills on POLA, so it wasn't too bad. I think I ended up with like a $180 loss on POLA, even though POLA did UUU did hit full target. That's what I run to note there. Okay, so POLA big rejection here, came down. On this rejection here, this level looked pretty good to me, and I actually shorted on this retest and failure here, and this was kind of a difficult trade. Not too happy with my trading on it, to be honest with you, but I did get a good fill here, and I was able to get that to break even. Now, I didn't see when we broke out here on high volume. I was watching it very carefully, but I just did not like the volume wasn't really super climactic, meaning that if we would have broken that volume and seen a heavy volume and it doesn't go anywhere, then I'm more tempted to short it. And I think that's exactly what I did. I did kind of, you can see the volume did come in, and I did take a short here at 330. I got the rejection and then immediately got stopped out of that. And you know, I was watching it. It did 1, 2, 3. I think I got back in here. Sorry, I got back in here, and then I was able to very quickly get out of that break even again. I did like this to the short side. I can't remember why, but it was just really squeezing quite a bit. And then when it did break down, finally, I did make some money on it. But then it squeezed again. It squeezed one more time up to here, and I think I just broke even on that. So a real painful trade. The lesson from POLA is a very, very, very important lesson here, so pay attention. Even though I was short biased on POLA, the order flow was telling me I was wrong. And I wasn't paying attention to the order flow. Okay, so this video went 8 minutes longer. I'm trying to keep these videos down to about 15 minutes, but there's my review for the week. I do want to talk about just one more thing. Okay, so this is my main group coaching. Now, you guys can see that 1 second here. On my website, you know, I've been promoting this penny stock trading room because, you know, I have a lot of people that have small accounts, but nothing takes the place of my one-on-one one-on-one coaching mastery program. But the idea is for you to make money with some small accounts on penny stocks, take the group coaching, go to group mastery. Now, I want to talk about this trade because I want to show you how much easier the trades that I teach in my one-on-one mastery course are compared to the other trades. So you can see here at 110 I took a trade DDD long, and there's the trade. I got long there, and I shouted that out, and that trade ended up easy breezy, gave me out with 1 to 3. And I said, these are so simple. Why are you guys not all rich? And these are the trades that I teach in my main mastery course, right? And I said, probably for the same reasons I'm not rich. Bad life choices, great trader, but terrible at other parts of my life. And you can see it just kept going. and it actually gave 10 to 1. These are the trades that I teach. It actually went up and took out the high. These are the low risk, very easy trades that I teach in my main coaching. So yeah, these penny stocks are great, but nothing takes the place of my full one-on-one group mastery course, because these are the type of trades that you're going to find. I only took 3 to 1 on this one, but 10 to 1, yeah, good luck. Even penny stocks never give me 10 to 1 on my money. 5 to 1, 4 to 1. The only thing with penny stocks is there's a lot more of them to trade. So if you are interested in learning how to be a trader, if you are interested in hiring me as your coach, you know, my students will tell you all my testimonials are real, guys. You go and read them. Every single one of these is real. My students will tell you this is the best decision they've ever made for their life. I'm also going to leave a link to Benzinga here, and there you have it, trade review. Hope you guys enjoyed that. Bye for now.